This thing on? Am I streaming? Hello, everyone. This is the last drop. How are you doing? Let's impromptu live to test out the audio, and I'm here with a couple of friends. It's Caskmate and Prestige Liquids. Here they are. Ta-da!
How you doing, everybody?
Now, test of this is whether they talk and they echo, because I wasn't echoing, but they were. So, Andrew, introduce
You did
yourself
that
first.
deliberately. You just wanted to make us. Hey guys, I'll say my name is Andrew from Prestige Liquids WW. So I hope you've all been well. Again, as Chris mentioned, we're just doing this little fun get-together chat just to test things out. And yeah, I'll pass you over to Matthias.
Yeah, thanks, man. Yeah, we're just. This is Matthias, Matt from Caskmate Everything Whiskey. We're just hanging out with Chris here, trying to get it all sorted out because our last live stream was a bit tricky, was a bit funny, had a bit of audio problems. So yeah, we're just trying to test the waters and see how everything is holding up right now. So hopefully, this is going to be a very, very laid back and relaxed and successful impromptu live stream. Chat, test,
seems
whatever
to be going
you want to call
swimmingly.
it. Back to you, Chris.
We've got Andy C's in and Big Al's in as well.
Andy C's.
Al.
How are you guys doing? How is the audio? That is the key thing. Audio is good so far.
We've got a thumbs up.
Well, that is brilliant. See you later.
Everybody,
That's it.
just
Test-
picked up
test
the chat.
chat.
Chat
done.
done.
We
Right,
can
we're done.
close this
Off we
down
go.
and
Right.
get back
See you later,
to
everyone.
Hey guys.
I think I'm the only one drinking. I've got a Glenfiddich Fire and
coffee.
Cane. Oh no, he's drinking something now. Drinking out of a cup.
At the moment, say I've got the Johnny Walker Island Green.
What's the difference between Island Green
Yeah.
and the 15?
I think it's peatier. I'm trying to remember the flavor profile of the 15-year-old, and I'd have to say that this is quite a bit peatier than the 15-year-old or the standard green label release. That's actually bottled at 43% as well. So yeah, not your standard JW40.
Ooh.
Yeah. Oh, we've actually got Ebhead and Caskmate
Wow.
in now. Oh, yeah.
Got
that's
Caskmates
me.
in.
You
Woo!
do this.
Oh,
You've changed
Hi,
hi
your
Matthias,
logo.
how are you? Please comment in a second.
Yeah.
Rolf's in. Hi Rolf,
Maybe
how are
I
you
should
doing?
do these.
I'll just go into Alan mode. It's like, hello there, I'm the whiskey friend.
Hello, it's me, Alan.
I'm the whiskey
Last time a
friend.
week again.
If you're a
Brand
returning
new video.
subscriber, thank you for tuning in again.
New subscriber, thanks. Coming back.
We better stop talking about behind his back online. I'm sure he will watch this eventually. Hi,
We done that
Dave.
test yesterday, and he was lying in bed.
Enjoying this.
Whether he was half naked, we don't know. He was just. You know.
Matthias, stand up, please.
I do have pants on this time. I do. And I don't actually think I have not had any comments on that video regarding my pantsless appearance. So no, it's only you guys who's actually in on the secret. But
Well,
maybe I should do some kind of prize thing whenever I reach my first year anniversary. That find the video with the pantsless, and you will receive something.
You could do it at Christmas or something, yeah.
Yeah, like Master of Malt
Yeah.
does these fine whiskey Santa or whatever it is. Yeah.
Fine matte pantless.
actually, Chris, do you mind if I try something? I'm just going to unplug the
go for it. Yeah,
headphones
that'd be
and just
an
see how
excellent
that
test
goes.
as well. So.
Yeah, do that.
So,
I was working programming with a Deanston 12. No pants on. Well, good for you, Rolf. Then you guys came along. What
All good?
can you do? Oh God.
How's that?
Oh, can you hear us, Andrew?
Yep. Speakers on.
Bonza,
Yep.
mate.
Yep,
All
it's
good.
all good.
I was thinking the other day, you sound a bit more
Awesome.
South African than Australian.
South
I thought
Yeah.
exactly that too.
Okay, Bruno.
The first time I saw one of Andrew's videos, I actually thought to myself, where the hell in the world is he located? Because that is Andrew, do you have some kind of foreign to Australian ancestry?
Yes, I guess I don't know if you guys probably have noticed from the. Sorry, guys, I'm just trying to fix my tripod at the moment.
No, it's fine. It's fine.
It's completely
Stuff
unprofessional,
it.
but it's fine.
Yeah, actually, I don't know if you probably have noticed, say, from my when I sign off on my videos, I'll always sign off as saying like "kippis,"
Kibbis, yeah.
which is actually the Finnish cheers. So my mum's family originates from Finland.
Oh, cool.
Oh, yeah.
My dad's family is Armenian. Let's say during the war they migrated over to Jordan. So I've got that whole European, I guess, Arabian thing going on. So yeah,
That's one hell of a mix.
There you go.
it is.
Yeah. Well, I shouldn't be one talking. I have German and Danish and Italian and Polish blood in me, I think. But then again, I don't think that anybody is in any way pure these days, right? And has never been.
And think about it this way, man. You come from Viking country, and they pretty much rape, pillaged, and everybody. So
Yeah, absolutely. All the DNA that is not Danish in me is a result of rape, pillage, plunder. So I'm a proud one.
Proud Dane.
Yeah. Well, the funny thing about the Danish and the Danish history with the Vikings and stuff like that, we had everything. We were so huge back in the day, and then just slowly everything just began to shrink down into what Denmark is today. This tiny little country. We owned everything. But
and now us Aussies are slowly starting to take over your throne.
yeah, well, maybe.
It didn't take us long to get to the top of the country. Just had to marry our way in, and there you go. That's it. So, guys, if you want to take over Denmark, just start marrying people.
Ephead is saying, yeah, you owned Norway. Yeah, we owned Norway. We owned a lot of Scandinavian countries. But that just
Well,
fell
we
through.
won't mention the British Empire, shall we?
No.
Or
I know
Rome.
you also had some kind of footnote in history.
Just a small one. England has a small footnote in history.
Yeah.
And then there was England.
Yeah. And then the other thing with the British as well, once their empire started crumbling, they just sent the drop kicks that they didn't want to Australia. So
send all the criminals over there. They can breed and become a destitute pot of something like that.
So pretty much you just needed to reduce the population of Ireland.
We owned Orkney.
Oh, you did?
Well, that's what Ephead's saying. That's what Rolf's saying, sorry.
Yeah.
Oh, just because I'm not in the chat, we owned Orkney. Yeah. Orkney was also, I don't know, it has some kind of Danish ancestry too going on.
Is that why,
Isn't there some evidence as well saying that they actually
That's why it's all Viking
that's all the Highland Park
related.
Viking stuff, isn't it?
Yeah. That's the That's the key for that.
A USP. Unique selling point. USP.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not the whiskey, just.
Well, you know,
just
they definitely stand out on the shelf with the new design and everything. But actually, I have to admit, I think the bottles, the new bottles from Highland Park, are cool, but the labels are ugly. I think the bottle with the embossed, whatever you want to call it, glass, that looks very nice, but the labels just look like plastic. It's just not me.
It is kind of frustrating when you start to go all out in one sector and then the other side just like falls apart, or it's like they just give up halfway and be like, yeah, you know what, it's
their
good.
budget ran out. We have to make these labels. You there, intern, print something out.
All these whiskey tubers are just going to be bitching about it anyway, so you know what, just put out a nice product, and as long as the liquid is good.
Yeah. Have you tried doing an A/B comparison of the old 12 and the new 12?
No.
I haven't.
See if there is any difference, because
I think I've only tried, I think it was the orange, was it the orange label 12-year-old?
now that's the
I'm
one.
not sure whether that's the old or the new one. I think it might be the old one. Yeah, because the bottle shape was still, they hadn't started doing all that like embossed glass and things like that yet on the bottle. But yeah, I finished that off really quickly. It was too good.
Yeah, well, I totally agree. Highland Park 12. I don't know with the new one, but the old one, not the old one, but the one they switched from the round bottles to the sort of round that has been squeezed.
Oval.
Bottles. They are. That's very, very good. It's funny because Highland Park has always been one of these distilleries. I mentioned that in my Infinity Bottle video. Has always been one of these distilleries I have been avoiding. And I don't know why. I think it's just been.
I think it's the marketing, isn't it?
Too.
You think?
Yeah, but I don't know. But it's just always felt like it was too safe ground.
Yeah.
To be something that would be interesting to try when starting in some kind of wanting to go out and try weird and different things. Then they're just very right down the middle, I think. But it is a kick-ass whiskey, absolutely. There's no question about that.
For me, my problem is always that I want to try them all. Whenever I come across a Highland Park, I always get really excited, and then it's just too expensive.
They're slowly sort of getting the Macallan effect in a way. Having a bit of blasting out new products and the prices is just along that.
You seen the new Glenfiddich bottlings?
Yeah, they're nice. Yeah, they're nice.
The new labelling and new glass and stuff. I think they kept the triangle, but or the triangular shape.
I was. That was the first thing I saw. I was wondering when I saw the two pictures. I think it's the 12 and the 15 that is on. And I thought, are they moving away from the triangle bottles because that is sort of their
it's
thing?
a nice bottle. I like the triangular sort of shape.
Yeah,
feels good to hold. You know, a good.
I still
good
haven't seen it myself,
whiskey.
But I remember Roy was going. I think one of Aquavita's previous live chats, and he was saying that I think the Glenlivet now has actually gone through a bottle change. They've gone from the classic green bottle now to a clear bottle.
The what? The Glenlivet?
Glenlivet, yeah. Which I find a bit unfortunate because I find with the the Glenlivet 12. I mean, it was a classic look. I mean, you saw the Glenlivet green bottle, you knew that it was Glenlivet. Now I reckon it's going to just blend in with everything else.
Yeah,
I think
maybe.
The idea of back in the day was green bottle was hiding the colour of the whiskey, wasn't it? A lot of blends you did.
It's also protecting the whiskey in another way.
Just for the batch variation on the colour, but Do I like a green bottle? I like a green bottle. Quite nice.
Have you seen the older Balvenie bottles? The small fat ones with the high narrow neck.
No,
That is the what is that? Sort of 70s and 80s Balvenie bottles until they got the more classic whiskey bottles.
Yeah.
That is a complete makeover they went through there. I think for the better. They were also something that I found to be quite ugly, the older ones.
Oh, we've got Gregoire's in as well now. That's cool. Hi, Gregoire.
It's a shame
How you
that
doing?
Nikki's
Bonjour.
not here.
Bon evening. Can't remember what. What is evening?
One week.
I don't know. Idea.
Is it Bon week?
Bon oui.
Oh, Gregor is saying that Balvenie used cognac bottles and casks back in the day.
Bonsoir.
Ah,
Bonsoir.
yeah.
Should have known that.
Bonsoir.
Bonsoir, Gregor.
Or if you want to be fancy, it's bon soiree.
Bonsoir. Little pinky up. Cool.
9 people are in.
Are they?
Wow.
Awesome. Hi, everyone.
Or 3 of them.
Yeah, 3 of them were us, so that's 6. Brilliant.
Cool. That's always the one thing that
everybody, Chris, and to everybody watching, is the sound and image and everything, is it running smoothly as it should be?
I think so. I think
because Greg doesn't seem to be shouting anything.
Greg was saying when he joined.
Greg would be throwing instructions if it was.
Eped is saying it was a nice excuse to stop working.
Still some delay though from one.
Yeah, there is delay, but as long as it's able to. Eped is saying we are missing some echo.
Yeah, look, I reckon delay
echo,
we can handle.
Watch this. There we go. Echo on.
Echo.
So if you talk now, there probably will be echo.
What?
Yeah.
Echo. Don't do that to us. We're going good.
And now I can turn the echo off. I'm pretty sure I've sussed out to do it. It's.
We don't need any pop singer auto tune, please. We like to be as all natural as possible.
Cool. Polish black.
It's like we like our whiskey, unchilled, filtered, cask strength.
Well, you've got
all
several filters on. I'm afraid you are filtered and you are coloured. You're like a Bowmore.
I mean, you had to do something about this pasty complexion.
I was wondering that because I saw the video here on YouTube and I just thought that it was a bit too clean.
Clean?
Yeah, didn't you say there was a filter on?
Yeah, he put you on selfie mode.
Being clean.
You intend to use paid advertising to promote your products? No. You create content, video, audio, photo, writing for a community of fans. Yes. Oh, and continue.
Yeah, I don't know what you mean by clean.
What platform do you primarily use to engage your followers? YouTube. Instagram. No, you can only pick one.
I think, Chris, you've hidden his usual blemishes, maybe. He feels much more pretty looking at himself online now than what he did previously.
Because I think he's using his phone, which seems to have a better. Phones are ridiculous nowadays, aren't they? I mean, they have a better quality camera and streaming capability than a laptop.
Well, the crazy thing is as well. I know when I've generally used my phone for the live streams up until YouTube made their bullshit decision to go 1,000 subs for the thing, and the camera quality was always great. And then when I had to start using the webcam on the laptop, it was it was tragic. I'd have to say it was probably about 70%. The quality was probably about 70%
I mean,
lower.
presumably you can plug in. Can you? Can you link the camera into your laptop? I don't know. Probably can. But you're on Android.
These days, I wouldn't be surprised if you can these days. I mean, I'm not the most tech savvy person, but yeah, I'm sure there probably is some much more intelligent person out there that has figured out how to do that.
Sure, it's probably just an
I
app.
only just recently figured out that you can connect your phone and printer via Wi-Fi.
Yeah, exactly, This is going well. We've got Whiskey Wims in. Stuart, I believe. Hello.
How's it?
Saying sounds good. So I'm happy with the stream. I mean, I'm pretty sure I've sussed it, so that's cool.
I reckon so. We know now that the three of us are okay. So let's just blame it on Dave and Alan.
Well, we just had a message from Alan.
Yeah, I saw that.
You won't
Can't do
be able
tonight,
to make
fellas. Okay, pal.
Yeah, so could you just imagine?
Able to do it tonight, fellas.
I think we'll have to take a recording, I think, of Alan's voice, and every time he sends a message, and be like, "Hello, it's me, Alan. I have a message."
He's not Indian, Andrew. Doesn't sound anything like an Indian. Hello, it's me, Alan. I don't know what.
Hello, it is me, Alan. I come from the very nice land of India. Oh,
What
Jesus
you
Christ.
trying? Peated, Ebhead, or Rolf. That nice. I really want to try that Kilcan heavily peated. Does look good. Kilcan 12 is absolutely fantastic. Not that I was enjoying our chat, but ripping it out of Alan. But back to whiskey. I mean that's a great dram. You'll have to let us know what it tastes like, Rolf. Because interested in.
A bit.
Prefer yellow or black t-shirts or white t-shirts? Finish going on.
Bias doesn't look happy.
He's grumpy
I
now.
just had to.
Very.
I just had to change the price because it was set at almost 30 euros, and that was just a tad too much.
I'm having streaming issues now, so.
Yell out to the kids to get off their YouTube.
There we go. Have a look at my lovely green couch.
I can't see her anyway. Oh, that, yeah.
So Matthias, mate, have you got any more Danish distilleries coming up? Going to be visiting at all, or
Sorry?
nothing at the moment?
What?
Come on, mate, pay attention.
I'm here. I'm ready.
So, have you got any more Danish distillery tours that you're going to be doing soon, or have you pretty much covered them all already?
No. I'm in talks with Stowning Whiskey Distillery. They have just sent me some samples, and I'm in talks with one of the owners to come down and do some episodes there. I hope to be doing 2 videos. And then I'm in talking with the distillery, 2 whiskey I was out bottling whiskeys with for a couple of weeks ago.
Is it 2?
Yeah.
2?
Yeah.
I'll get it.
To come out and do an episode for the series. I want to have some more Nation Whiskey episode out because I think it's cool to have. I think people actually want to see these behind the scenes distillery videos.
Yeah.
So yeah, I have a couple of things planned out or in talks. Let's call it that.
I think they're great. I mean, I know even from when Whiskey Geek, Ben, his Isla distillery videos at the moment, those have been fantastic.
Yeah.
You know, even say the Whiskey Vault, when they've gone and done some of their like Texas distillery tours as well. Those
Yes.
they are good to watch. It is great to get that that behind the scenes. That yeah.
Yeah, it's cool. I always loved whenever a movie came out. This was back when DVDs was the thing. Getting the double DVD because there was always this bonus disc with all the behind the scenes content.
Yeah.
So I think it's cool to watch how things is made and kind of demystify everything.
Yeah.
And like we talked in the previous chat, the Danish distilleries, the ones I've been in talk to at least, are actually very, very welcoming to do these kind of videos and pulling away the curtain and showing what they're doing. So I think that is very nice that they are not kind of restrictive and saying you can only film in this area because over here is our secrets. I think it's cool that they are into that and welcome.
Yeah. It is definitely always fascinating to watch that kind of thing.
Yeah, I think it's funny, and yeah. What?
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 Oh, this is not the price. This was the size. I really need to promo playbook. Oh, Jesus Christ. I shouldn't be doing this in the middle of a live stream.
Bit blurry, are we?
Yeah. Your camera's drunk.
I think it looks alright.
Doesn't matter that you're a bit blurry, Epet says. You're not that beautiful.
Also, which one are you referring to?
Yeah, who's blurry?
We all are.
Unbelievable, huh?
Orders you install. How? Get started.
Cool.
Name your store. Chris, when you were doing your t-shirt things, were you also supposed to make your own store?
No, I just set it up as like a tea. I can't remember, to be honest. Yeah, I just made it available, so the link was there. Stuck it in my description on YouTube, automatic as such.
Yeah.
Where you go. Then I got one sale.
Well,
so do you guys both are you guys both using Patreon at the moment, or is it just you, Matthias?
I've got Patreon, but
obviously
I
have a Patreon.
I don't use it properly, I don't think.
Me too.
I don't.
It's something that I've contemplated like trying out, but at the same time, I mean, I'm having trouble at the moment, like since I don't have the time, even just doing regular YouTube content. It's hard to even contemplate what I would even do for Patreon that would be different, Like, do you guys do? Is your Patreon content different to what you put out for your YouTube content, or at the moment is it the same? Because I remember, I think it was Trenny and C, or was it Scotch and Sniff? I can't remember. It's either one. They were saying when they were starting doing their Patreon, they were pretty much just uploading their the videos that they were doing on YouTube. They were pretty much just doing the same thing on Patreon as well.
Yeah, when I started up Patreon, I wanted to. One of the only things that I really had to present to my patrons was the insight in upcoming things that that didn't require anything from me other than just announcing, "Hey guys, this is coming up. What do you think?" Or making a poll or something like that, and they would always get a 24-hour early access to new videos.
Okay.
Just so there was some kind of edge to do the Patreon thing.
So you just made it like a priority list.
What?
So you made it just like a priority list.
Yeah, I have actually. I'm not doing Patreon the right way. I have 2 patrons, and I'm very grateful for their support.
Yeah.
But I'm not updating Patreon nearly as much as I should be. I haven't heard from any of them, and they still show up and support what I do, and they're still patrons. But I should absolutely be doing more Patreon stuff if I wanted to have more patrons. But then again, I've been doing this for like 6 months now, and having 2 patrons already, I think it's a big deal already.
Yeah.
So just the fact that they want to support the channel financially is quite touching, quite moving.
Yeah, because I was just thinking. I know there's this Australian heavy metal band.
AC/DC.
And I know I said heavy metal, not hard. Ooh, hey, get your shit together, mate. Yeah.
Please, no swearing on my channel.
They were. Oh, beep. I know they were one of the first. Whether they were the first or not, but I know they were one of the first bands to actually start using Patreon to fund their work, and they copped a lot of criticism for it. And the worst thing about it, I think a lot of the criticism actually came from actual other bands and other musicians themselves. I mean,
so they thought they were cheating and taking the easy way.
Yeah, which I think is just completely unfair.
It's like crowdfunding, basically, isn't it?
Like if the
absolutely just crowdfunding.
If the fans want to, I mean, you have your network of fans, and the fans want to support you.
Yeah.
So,
was it a big band?
Who's best to get those direct funds from your fans, rather than getting all the crap that's left over from your, let's say, from management and producers and all that kind of thing? I mean, do you feel that there's been what I'm trying to get at? Do you find that there's also been that type of negativity for it in the whole like Whisky Tube scene, or everybody's been quite supportive of it?
Well, I haven't encountered any negativity against my Patreon account, and the fact that
my Patreon's
people
Vin.
can, if they want to. What?
My Patreon is Vin.
Oh,
no
yeah.
nonsense whiskey. That's it.
Yeah.
He gives me $1 and I give him $1.
So it all levels out.
Yeah.
Well, I haven't found any negativity, at least what people have verbalized in any way. I think that it is very much acceptable and very much just a part of the fabric that is being a whiskey tuber at the moment. That everybody thinks that it's fine, it's not something you have to be a part of and become a patron if you don't want to. You're still getting the same content as you were before, and
I think
it's just like speaking a different language. It's just a part of the machinery.
I think if
that people can join in, and
I think for Whisky Tube you need to be at a certain level. I don't think early on it works really. I think you need quite a few people because then you've got
you need
the
to
content.
Have some content to show. Yeah.
Because like Roy, he has obviously his VPubs, but he also has his other lock-in VPubs as well, which are Patreon only. Then uploads content. his video that should go up tomorrow is already out for patrons. I think like Whisky Tribe, obviously they do quite a lot with theirs as well. But that's all very Patreon only sort of content. I think if you're willing to do that and have the fan base to set it up, that makes it a lot to start off with. For instance, I was thinking of completely changing the way I use Patreon now. Just doing give me set it up to the lowest amount I can. Say if you want to donate, and it would just go towards me getting whiskey to review, try, and go through the journey with. Whereas having all these different tiers, it's like, well, okay, if you can do that, I'm going to send you this, send you that. Maybe give you exclusive content, things like that. But I just think it takes up a lot of time, and two, we just don't have that sort of fan base to do that. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know what
I was gonna say is with with having Patreon. Say when you get like another you guys have Vin as the patron as well, or if you were to have other whiskey tubers become patrons, do you then also feel obligated to follow them back or be their patrons as well, or it's just something that you do willingly yourself regardless?
I think obviously Whisky Tribe aren't going to contribute towards myself yet. But Vin, it's a good, I think, for especially sort of us sort of lower ones, just having, because if people see you got contributors, people are going to think, well, obviously they're doing something right that some people are contributing. So, and if it's another whiskey tuber that's contributing, they might go, oh, well, they know their stuff. Vin's got over 5,000, nearly 6,000 subscribers. Maybe he does know what he's talking about, and this guy's actually gonna, is doing some content that's worth investing in.
Yeah. So it's kind of the effect of having people to show for the fact that new people are going to show up. So this sort of circle that feeds itself.
Yeah.
Well, that's the same with YouTube subscribers, though, isn't it? Comment on somebody else's, or you do a live stream with 2, 3 other great YouTube channels. and then you do live streams with you guys, and then that's what happens. We'll get. I'm sure Matt has Danish followers that will think, okay, right, there's an English guy, or I'm gonna subscribe to Prestige Liquids because that weird Norwegian, Armenian crossbreeding Jordan from wherever. It's like, whoa, it's really good, But this is the idea of the live stream. I think that we've obviously discussed before is that we're all relatively new to it, but bringing us together on YouTube to discuss these sort of things and discuss whiskey and stuff like that is really good, and everybody gets talking,
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I think I've mentioned to Matthias, I think it was last week when we were having our little chat, and we were just saying how we're just blown away that even so early on in our in our whiskey tube career, we've been able to form our own little clique, or I'd say our own little group, and I think that's been that's something that I was never expecting to happen, to be honest. I know for myself, I thought, I'll be going onto YouTube, I'll be talking to people, through their comments and whatnot, but I never really thought that I would be doing something like this so early on. So yeah, it's been great. As I think I was saying to Matthias last time, and even he was saying, I mean, look, here we are, all people on the other side of the world to each other, but yet we're only, like say, 30 centimeters away from each other. So yeah, it's incredible.
Well, I started out with this whole thing, having my own blog, the Castmate Everything Whisky, where I did writing and pictures. And then I had Zach Andrews, who eventually became my very first patron, who kept saying that I should get into YouTube and there would be some kind of potential there. And I kept, brushing it off and saying, yeah, well, I want to focus on the writing and I think this is a kind of different angle where I can contribute. But then, he just persuaded me, and that was my gateway into doing Whiskey Tube. Was actually from writing and pictures, photography. But yeah, so.
Well, I really like.
Yeah, I think it's my point is that back then I never imagined that going into this whiskey community. I've been following it on the side, as an audience member, doing the V-Pubs and following Whiskey Tribe and following all Bourbon Night and stuff like that. But when you get in under the skin of it and become a creator yourself, you immediately find this community that is just, just below the surface, of people that are willing and supportive and, just welcomes everybody like a new family member. It's not like this reserved group that is standing, looking and saying, "Oh, this is the new guy." Everybody's just like, "Hey, join the party, pull up a chair." So I think that is very cool.
Party. Cool. I like
back to you
tech side as well. I quite enjoy. Obviously, because I'm been sure, but pressing, but I've spent 2 days trying to figure out why the live stream on Sunday didn't work that well, and trying to sort it out. Ready for the next one. I like that sort of research and getting the tech right and stuff like that. And yeah, I definitely like this format where we're all on one screen. I appreciate the Hangouts thing's quite cool, where it flips in and out when people are talking, but I think that can be a bit sketchy sometimes. It starts going all over the place, all that. But yeah, it's nice that everybody can see us, and we can chat. And technically, you can't see me because it's a bit weird, but I can see everyone on screen at the same time, and it's a really good thing. Really.
Also, even like at the moment, I mean, so I'm using Skype on my phone, and obviously I can only see Matthias. But then having the laptop open in front of me, I'm still able to see you as well, Chris. So it's not. So we are still able to see each other. I mean, the only time that happened was when none of us could see Alan when we did that. When we did our first meeting, and it's like Alan was in the distance somewhere.
I have no idea.
You could just
hear him. No idea what Alan done then.
Well, I actually think that I have managed to do this T-shirt thing now.
Cool. The space for live chat.
Maybe.
Space for live chat. Matthias set up T-shirts. Everyone, go and buy them, and buy Last Drop ones as well. And Andrew's.
I don't have T-shirts.
Yeah, Andrew doesn't have T-shirts, but he has thongs.
Yeah, man,
No,
Keenan's.
no.
Do you say
Thongs in Australia,
do you know
Matt,
what
and not thongs.
say in Matthias, say in Australia, do you know what thongs are, Matthias?
What?
Said in Australia, do you know what thongs are?
I don't know. No.
I'll show
Or
you. Hold on, I'll show you.
as flip flops,
Flip flops.
slippers,
Oh, so it's not the same thing as. Oh, yeah.
the rubber version of clogs.
I feel stupid.
Oh, he's got Prestige Liquids G-strings as well, but.
Oh god. How do I put out my stuff in the?
There we go.
In the store.
Could you imagine that we were just to start doing like a whole range of like whiskey tube underwear? I mean, could you imagine like this? The scariest thing you could ever have would be like a pair of underwear that has Alan's face at the front saying, "Hello, I am the whiskey friend."
Check out my Aqua Vites.
I'll explore your whiskey vault.
No nonsense pants.
The last pair.
Last pair of pants, yeah. Who else?
I don't get this. Why the?
What we got?
Listen.
Let's have a look at the chat, shall we? Gregoire's. Get a
Yeah, please
t-shirt
look at
of
the
any
chat.
of you
That's-
guys. Got to be a 3XL. Plus, not use PayPal. Right. I don't think you need PayPal on Teespring, do you?
Yeah, it is.
Oh, is it
PayPal.
PayPal? You'll set up an account, Gregoire.
Yeah.
I mean, you've got an account for everything else.
It is PayPal. I think it's the easiest and
Yeah.
safest way to do international trading.
There's a site that it's Bourbon Night uses. I've never looked it up. I can't remember what it's called. Do you know? But is that their exclusive? Is that their own website, or is it just like a website that sells general whiskey
Could be
merchandise?
just a storefront, yeah.
And I guess you can customize your own. You can customize your own merch.
I don't know.
I have to say, I love their logo. Their logo is awesome. When I first saw it, I go, "Oh man, that's so cool!" Like the wet rim of the glass. I thought that was
It's
really
almost as good as the last
Yeah.
drop, right?
Yeah, almost.
cool. Yeah, the last drop.
You know, because it does translate to many different things.
The last
Yeah.
drop.
Cool. Felt that there now.
Yeah, so does Cas. It is also a very nuanced and layered name.
You could say it has a ripple effect.
Yeah. Just one drop in the
I
ocean.
mentioned Gregoire is saying I mentioned PayPal because it's the same for all patrons, etc. But I can't fix my account with them for years, so I
Oh,
gave
right,
up. What is that, Chris?
What's that?
You're holding up.
That's
or- it's
your
because I'm
coin.
watching the feed on YouTube and it's
This is my
it's
coin.
delayed. Oh.
I've got many coins.
It looked like a.
I don't know where the other ones are, actually. There's one. There we go.
Why can't I see you
One of the
on the chat
metal ones.
on the Skype one?
Yeah.
Do you guys know what is the rough what's the rough price of getting the coins done? I can imagine getting them sent to Australia. I can imagine would be extremely expensive. I mean, shipping to here usually is quite pricey. I think most of them do come out of a US-based company, aren't they?
Yeah, Vin. I know Vin gets his from the US. As does Roy.
Yeah, they use the Scotch test
People
dummies
that
ones.
do them in the UK are quite pricey, apparently. Yeah, I think there's maybe half a dozen ones in the US that so.
Yeah. Have you guys seen Trenny and C's new one? It's actually a beer bottle opener as well. That's right.
You mean this one?
Well, of course you do that.
There it is. Look.
Chris, can I put a link to this T-shirt thing in the chat? So, would one of you guys check out if it works? It's not to promote anything. I just want to see.
Oh, mate, that means I'm going to click a button that this has a paid promotion. God.
I can send you an email instead.
Let me do that. There we go.
All right, everybody, here we go. I don't
know if you can put a link in the chat. I don't know. I've never seen that before.
I know people have put in. They've put email addresses into like Roy's chats from what I've seen. So.
Hey, there you go. That's cool.
Yeah. Did you watch Trenny and C's live chat the other day where they were just like completely half cut, probably off their heads?
Well, I only just found out today because I've been falling behind on some of the Whisky Tube videos, and I only just found out now that apparently Trenny has a new channel dedicated to just growing marijuana.
Oh, you watched Scotch Says Dummies one? You know, YouTube has been around for about 3 years, I think. It's been going on for a long time. I think he has maybe more subscribers on there than he does on Trenny and C. Not 100% sure.
Oh, there's a lot of potheads out there.
Yeah, there is in Canada. Yeah, loads of them.
I wonder if Harry subscribes.
It's funny because where they're based in Vancouver Island, and I've actually been to Vancouver Island about 5-6 times. One of my best mates emigrated out there, so I've spent a lot of time there. And it's interesting when I've been chatting to them, they're like, "How do you know these places?" Well, I've been there, you know. I know where you live. But yeah, pretty much half the island's a bunch of potheads. The entire British Columbia, I think.
Yeah.
In my own opinion.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
I've got like quite a lot of family and friends that have gone on holidays over to Canada. They reckon it's an absolutely beautiful place.
Oh, Canada's absolutely amazing.
There's so many places incredible to see.
Yeah, I mean, well, Australia for one. You know,
definitely
fantastic place.
I don't know if you guys get this, say, like in your countries as well, but I know this is one thing that frustrates me. Like you have a lot of people in Australia, especially like I'm going to make myself sound ancient, but say the younger generation, they go, they say Australia's boring. There's nothing good to see in Australia, and I'm thinking, man, are you for real? I mean, go for a drive, look around, and just see what you have around you. I mean, there are some beautiful places out there, and you're just you're just letting it go past you just because you have your face buried in your phone. I mean, there's so many amazing places, but we always want to see what else there is rather than what we have ourselves.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if you get that in Denmark or even in Britain as well, because I mean, I know you guys would have some absolutely incredible places to go to as well, but it's like nobody wants to see what they have in their own country. They just want to get out and see everything.
You know what? If you walk up and down next to a giraffe or an elephant all day, it's just an animal. But if you've never seen one, then it's this mythological creature that is, unattainable in a way. So it's just it depends on things that it's just a part of the fabric. I have been to Norway a lot of times because I absolutely love that country. The prices are stupid, but the country is beautiful and the people are awesome. Every time I go there, I just go, wow, the landscape and this amazing nature. But when I talk to the people out there, they're just like, yeah, this is our backyard, So
Yeah.
there's, when people come here, to Denmark, mostly on holidays, they stop their cars in the middle of the roads to take picture of all of our fields. Denmark is basically one big agricultural field.
Yeah.
And take pictures of these different colors of fields and stuff like that. And I look at it and say, yeah, it's beautiful, but Jesus Christ, you're blocking the traffic. And I think that anytime you go somewhere that is new to you, the people who live indigenous to that place is just like, yeah, well, this is our home.
Yeah.
It's like if I go to your home and say, your whiskey collection is just amazing, and you say, well, yeah, it's just my collection. Because you have something that I don't.
Yeah. I'm sure
how wise that was. This is the most intelligent words that has ever come through a live stream on YouTube. There you go.
So now we're all philosophers.
Yeah.
It's like in Monty Python. It's like, so all philosophers, their names start with an S.
Yeah. Oh, Emperor is saying, I apologize for the prices. It's embarrassing to welcome tourists here. Yeah, it's fine, Rolf. I'm sure I'd love your place, mate. Yeah. Come here, Gregor. I'll hook you up with some Danish whiskey.
Well, I really want to see Norway, and I really want to see Denmark as well, actually, to be honest. I have been thinking about...
Well, Denmark and Norway is like... Norway is so, leveled landscape and mountains and stuff like that. Denmark, we have hills.
We have hills.
This is the flattest country in the world. But it's beautiful, it's very, reflecting of the Danish people, very relaxed and laid back.
Yeah, I quite fancy weekend break in Copenhagen. Quite nice.
Yeah, do that.
Have you ever? I was say probably. I know you'd be much closer to it, Matthias, but have you ever had a chance to visit Finland at all?
No.
It's a beautiful country. If you ever get the chance and you're able to, definitely go over. I say they call it the land of the thousand lakes, and when you understand why. It's just one of those places that pretty much wherever you turn, there's a lake of some description. It's absolutely incredible.
Yeah.
Actually, do you guys get Finnish whiskey at all in Denmark or no?
Try and name me some Finnish whiskey brands because I don't know of anyone.
The only one that I know of that I've tried as well, I had in a bar here in Sydney. It's called Terranpeli. You'll see it spelt with a T, or you'd be more likely to pronounce it Terranpeli.
Oh,
It would sound more Italian than
Terranpeli or something like that. I've heard of it. Let me just check the interwebs here. Yeah, I can get it. I can get Finnish whiskey here in Denmark.
Yeah, I think that's one of their.
They have a 10-year-old, and they have the Pahi and Kaski and Porti.
Yeah.
It's reasonably priced, I mean. And it's unchill filtered and natural color. Well, maybe. Is it good? Have you tried it?
I've tried the 10. I've only tried the 10-year-old.
Is that a good?
Yeah, look, I enjoyed it. I mean, from memory, I'm fairly certain it is a grain whiskey, so it's very light.
It says here it's single malt.
Yeah, it is a single malt, is it?
Yeah, it says so. Single malt whiskey.
Well, I remember the flavor being very, very light.
Okay.
But yeah, as I say, very enjoyable.
So it's very, if you should categorize it in a Scottish, it is sort of Speyside Highland style.
Oh,
That's the difficult thing.
that's not me. I'm trying to think because when I categorize let's say Speyside, I think say like your Glenlivet, Balvenie.
Yeah, that was the
But
thing.
again, it's different to those. It's much. Yeah, look, it probably would be closer to the Speyside. It does have I'm trying to go off memory at the moment, but it does have a lot more of those grassy, probably more cereal characteristics that are more, I guess, native to Speyside. So if you're going to go off Scotch, then yeah, I would say it is closer to a Speyside.
Yeah. It looks to be that kind of whiskey from the picture I just found. Very bourbon cask influence.
Yeah. It's very light. I guess it would probably be more of like an introductory whiskey rather than something that you're going to want to sit down with and just constantly explore. I mean, you'll have a few glasses of it and you'll pretty much get what you like. Say whatever you're going to get from it, you'll get it within those first few glasses. I don't think it's going to evolve all that much.
Well, it's 10 years old, so it's kind of amazing to have that age statement. But young whiskey in general, having no smoke and being very lightly distilled, having a very narrow hard cut and matured in bourbon cask is always going to be very friendly and very pleasant and just very soft.
Yeah, and I just wish it
absolutely a strength within the Speyside region. One of the best whiskies I can think of is whiskeys, very, very fruity and floral and delicate spirit that has been matured in a very vibrant and active bourbon cask. That creamy combination of the honeys and butterscotch and vanillas. With this floral and fruity new make, I just think that is an amazing combo.
Well, I know for me, the first Balvenie that I ever tried was the 15-year-old sherry cask, and that was incredible. Yeah. There was a single barrel 15-year-old, and that was absolutely incredible. High ABV. I think that was probably one of my first. It probably would have been one of my first cask strengths that I had. And I just remember falling in love with it from the beginning. That was absolutely amazing. Unfortunately, I have now finished it.
Yeah, I've been wanting to do
the awesome thing was it was actually gifted to me as well. I didn't have to pay for it, so that was great.
Cool.
Yeah.
Sorry, I was just distracted. Yeah, I would absolutely love to try the.
Wake up! Come on!
Busy with his t-shirt. He said he was only going to be on half
hour. No, I've actually. I'm going to shut this down now. I've actually wanted to try the Balvenie single barrel for a long time because I tried the classic 12 and I like it, but it's not one of my. It's not a whiskey that I think of when I think of a very interesting and engaging whiskey. I think there's a lot of potential that I believe that is captured in those single barrels because they have higher ABV. So yeah, I would absolutely love to try the single barrel ones. Was it the sherry one you said?
Sherry, yeah. And I think they do those in limited runs as well. I can't. I think I still have the bottle at home. I think. Again, that was only like a selected amount of bottles as well. It was a very small run.
Yeah.
Ebhead saying Deanston. I
still haven't tried Deanston yet.
I find there's like several different whiskies that all other whiskey tubers seem to bang on about, and Deanston 12 just seems to be one of them.
Yeah, I think Roy paved the way for that one.
Deanston 12s, any Springbank.
Glengoyne as well.
Yeah, Klein Leash.
Yeah, Klein Leash.
Yeah. Well, that's funny, because I absolutely think that Klein Leash is a fantastic whiskey, but it's not one of those whiskeys that I am reaching for every single time.
No.
Yeah.
I think it's a very good whiskey and very well presented, given it's a Diageo release. But maybe I should do some independent bottlings of it from the distillery.
Yeah. I've been trying to find sherry bombs at the moment. Trying to find them because I had in fact it was Rolf's sample, I think, Edped sample, which was a Bunnahabhain PX finished 11-year-old, I think. Was it 11-year-old Rolf? 11 or 13, I think. But yeah, it was absolutely amazing. I've been looking for something that's maybe a bit cheap, that may be along the same lines, but sort of struggling, to be honest.
Yeah, well, sherry bomb whiskies are always quite expensive, given the fact that they are sherry whiskies.
Well, I think there's a few Glendronachs, and I've been sent a few, like Glengoynes are quite heavily sherried. But I mean, they're nowhere near that PX Bunna. I mean, that was mental.
Well, have you tried the Glendronach 12?
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, me too.
I think I can't remember.
It has none of the coastal notes I would presume that the Bunnahabhain had.
Well, that's it. I mean, I'm looking at I had at the whiskey gathering tasting, I had the Bunnahabhain or something. I can't remember what that one was either.
Moño Oloroso.
Moño Oloroso, that's it. Yeah, that was again amazing.
Was it Moño?
But I think I'm looking for like the smoky sherry. Seems.
Oh. Have you tried the Ardbeg and Oa?
No.
Yeah, so I think that is, I from memory, I think it is mostly bourbon cask, but I think it has also been finished in PX. Right. That is incredible. And I think I still haven't had a chance to try it yet, but I also believe that the Ardbeg Dark Cove, I think, is also a sherry.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
But really, if you're looking for classic sherry bombs, then any Glendronach is going to do it for you.
The Avalor.
Greg's saying the
Avalor.
Haviland sherry cask. So Taiwanese. Interesting.
Yeah, Taiwanese. Yeah.
What else we got? Was no, I don't know what that's about.
Let me just look at my collection. Maybe I do, in fact.
Yeah, Rolf's saying Dark Cove's the Ardbeg.
Yeah.
Cool.
Well, Avalor.
Oh, the Avalor.
Glenrothes, maybe.
What is it?
Abuna.
Abuna.
Yeah,
Avalor Abuna. I had that. That was very nice. That is a very nice.
It's amazing. I'd say maybe you could go with the Glenrothes. They're one of the latest lines, the Soleo. I don't know if that is a limited line, which is only sherry cask whiskies. But I would say if you're looking for a European sherry cask experience, you're not going to find it in that one, because I actually think that at least the 18 one is aged in American oak sherry cask, because it's so buttery and apricot-y than like something like Avalor that is more spicy, at least the Abuna.
I think there's a Bamor sherry cask. I'm trying to, but I think it's a travel retail only. I think, was it a
Devil's cask?
No, I think it was a 16 or an 18-year-old, I think, Bamor. That was also a PX. Yeah, that was a PX cask. That was incredible. My cousin picked up a bottle of that when he came back from America last year, and yeah, giving that a go. That was probably. I think I've tried about 2 Bamors, and that one has been my favorite so far. I can just never remember the age statement, unfortunately.
Well, then you're no help.
Well,
It's all that colouring, caramel colouring in it as well.
Yeah.
very dark, yeah, that's for sure. But the flavor, I have to say that the flavor was incredible. Very, very fruity. So if you like those fruity sherry notes, then yeah, it was great.
Glengoyne 21.
I'm just trying
yeah.
to. Well, yeah, Glengoyne, Glendronach, Glenfarclas is a very good bang for your buck sherry whiskey.
Yeah, it's interesting. An interesting
yeah,
search.
everything that starts
I'm
with
enjoying
Glen.
it.
That's the hard thing is that there's just so much. There's just so many whiskeys out there to try. I mean, it's just hard to know like where to start or what you should go with. And I think that was one thing that I really enjoyed that Alan had actually mentioned in the other live chat that we had done. That he goes, look, we are also young and let's say new in our whiskey journey. He goes that there's no need to go in and rush and to try everything straight away. He goes, just take your time and explore things. I mean, if you want to stick with something for 10 years, I mean, then go ahead and do it. When the next 10 years comes along, maybe try something else. I mean, your palate changes. I mean, I know I'm scared that one day, I mean, I love Lafroig 10. I'm scared that one day I'm going to wake up and I'm not going to enjoy it anymore.
Well, yeah.
It could happen.
Well, yeah, I did a blog post about that back when I was writing that, making the peace with the fact that you're never going to try everything. And a whiskey I would love to own a bottle of is something like Glengoyne 25 or something like that. But the price is something I would never spend on a single bottle of whiskey unless I had money to wipe my ass with. So there are these whiskeys out there that for me, I'm never going to be able to buy a bottle of just because don't want to spend that amount of money on a single bottle of whiskey.
Yeah.
And there are so many options, If we just look at Scotch whiskey, they are changing all the time too. And then we look out into the world that is exploding. We just have to go along and enjoy the ride, And it's like getting into an amusement park with, a million different types of rides to try, and then say, well, you have an hour. Well, you can only try X amount of rides. So pick carefully and have fun.
Yeah.
And see, another wise thing here tonight.
Don't rush.
Come on, Aussie.
Don't rush into your whiskies, everyone.
No.
Yeah.
No, because then you're just trying. Then it's also something to do with. Are you actually buying that bottle because you feel like you have to grow your collection, or is it in fact because you want that particular bottle? Because some bottles I have bought and I never reach for them. They're just fillers in my collection. The other day I bought the Grant's blended Scotch sherry cask because I was intrigued by it, and now I've had 2 or 3 glasses, and now it's just sitting there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I've got.
It wasn't expensive, but now it's just a bottle.
Yeah.
Well, I've got a famous grouse up there, but I've also got another 2 or 3 whiskies of almost the same price, which are better.
Yeah.
So I'm not reaching for the famous grouse. I'm reaching for the others because they're in, they're a better whiskey. But I'm not worried about drinking them because of the price and stuff like that. I've got Glenallachie 12 and a Kilcan 12 and some bottles of Blue Label.
Sorry guys, I'm just going to step away for a second.
Oh.
Yeah.
Did he say something stiff one?
I think he was going to something.
I'm going to step away for a second.
All right, he's going to step out.
I heard him saying, "I'm going because I have to stick something."
I'm going because I've got a stiff one. I don't know. He's Australian. We never know.
Andrew, just wash your hands before you come back, mate. Well, I you have mentioned this over and over the last hour or so. Our palates change. I actually read something the other day about it is not just because we get more used to whiskey. It is in fact also because physiologically our tongue sheds its skin, and therefore our taste buds change over time.
The stuff you didn't like when you were a kid. Stuff you like now. It's like olives, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely.
Nobody likes olives when they're young, but now
I still hate olives.
You're still quite young though, aren't you?
Yeah.
You still got a couple more years. Once you hit 30.
Yeah.
Hit 30 and bam, you like olives from then on.
Hit 30 and drinking them straight from the glass.
Yeah, martini.
Well, it's something with I think it tastes. Olives is just a weird taste. I love garlic and black coffee and stuff like that. So it's not that I'm afraid of the taste, but it's something extreme. But it's just olives is just weird. I mean, I can eat them. It's not that I really hate it. I just would love to. It didn't exist.
I think I'm looking for
maybe I'll grow up
big flavors rather than delicate ones sometimes. So I want something big, bold, powerful, gonna punch you in the face sort of thing. But
that's why I drink smoky
exactly.
whiskeys.
Yeah, I was going to say. I think that's why I love.
But it's the same with food as well. You're looking for like. I think that's why everybody likes barbecue food as well, because it's a big, bold, powerful flavor. Whereas you compare it to like maybe a French onion soup or something. Quite a delicate, sweet flavour going on. They're quite powerful.
Yeah, but I totally get that. I would absolutely agree with you that sometimes you're in the mood for light, delicate, friendly things. And other days you're in the mood to get challenged and your ass kicked and feel pleasure in the aggressiveness.
Oh, we are talking about whiskey, are we?
No, we're talking
life,
about
Andrew.
Andrew, you're looking pale.
Yeah, the sun is rising now.
Yeah.
I don't know if you can see out there now. There's some sunshine out there now.
Is your shop there? Is it a popular place?
Yeah, I say we do. We get quite busy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's good. You look busy too.
Yeah. Well. Hey,
I'm just busting your balls.
I was up at, let's say, about 4:30 this morning, running around trying to get supplies. So,
who the hell has supplies ready for you 4:30 in the morning?
If you're in London, loads of people.
Australia is a bigger country than Denmark.
What?
If you're in London or like any,
I said Australia is a bigger country than Denmark.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
Yeah.
Do you get all your ingredients fresh from smaller deliveries?
Oh, Alan's in the chat.
Yeah, we'll see.
Alan's in the
What?
chat.
Is Alan?
Hello, Alan.
Hello.
Hello, Alan.
Thank you for jumping in.
I say we are the Whiskey Friends.
Not Indian.
Yes, he is.
Hello, everybody. We are the Whiskey Friends.
So, hello, everybody. I am Alan, the Whiskey Friend.
Welcome to the Quickie Mud. Come again.
This is not a library.
Rolf's saying that as Alan's not in it, is he the cause of the echo?
It's either him or
It
Dave.
wasn't either of them. It was me. It wasn't me. Well, it was me for not understanding how to do the setup on OBS correctly. But now I do, and now it's good. Sounds good. Great.
It was Dave. Let's just blame Dave.
This is really amazing that it is, in fact, working now.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think that is cool because that means that now we can start making some real money.
Yeah.
But how long has this been going for now? I mean, this was only meant to be a short thing.
Well,
How long has it been?
that is the thing that happens every single time.
It's-
Every time we say this is just going to be a 15-minute test, it goes on for
Well, Matt
2
said he
hours.
was only going to be half
Yeah.
an hour. Didn't he?
Yeah, I know,
Oh yeah,
and
I've
here
been
I am
half an hour.
drinking
And then I'm
coffee to
going. I've
stay
got to
awake.
go. I've got to go. I've got something to do. That's not. But we've been on.
I think I'm going to have to probably knock out soon as well. I do have more things to get
Well, we've been
done.
going an hour and 20 minutes, so probably time.
Oh, that is
Oh, wow.
decent.
That's decent.
Those
And
of you
so
who
far,
are looking
that's-
at the
and so
chat,
far,
is there
that's
still people in?
really good.
Yeah. Greg's in there. Rolf's in there. Alan's in there. Yeah, I don't know.
Oh, I guess. So I guess Greg hasn't been giving us any audio advice yet, so it's been. It must be
Everybody's
okay.
saying sounds good, looking good. Successful live chat,
Yeah, awesome.
I think.
Yeah, I think so
Yeah.
too.
We'll have to see how it goes when Dave comes in.
He was so happy that you weren't able to make the last chat with him.
You've
We were
been just as
constantly-
mean. You've
What?
been just as mean to him as what I have.
No, because I'm sneaky. I do it. In the tail of what you're doing. So he gets the front blow from you, and then I can stab him in between the ribs.
So you're one of those ones that just tries to suss out the situation. All right,
Yeah,
this
I'm the
idiot
strategic
point,
one.
let's follow him in.
Look, I'm not the one having Jason Statham on my ass right now, so no, it's all fun.
All good. The
Yeah.
banter, everybody likes the banter. That's the key.
Yeah,
Banter.
it would be so boring if we would all just sit here and talk whiskey all the time, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's good enough. It's fine that we can talk friendly feuds,
Yeah.
dividing up in sides and who is on whose side. This is, the whiskey team civil war.
We should get Anthony to do
Who do
it.
you want to be, Andrew? Captain America or Iron Man?
Neither. I think I've always been more of a Hawkeye fan, actually.
Nobody's a
Hawkeye,
Hawkeye
yeah.
fan. What the hell?
Yeah.
I like bows and arrows. What can
Okay.
I say?
Mine just went blank there with that realization that there are actually Hawkeye fanboys out there.
If you want to see something actually really funny, there's this video on YouTube of what's the actor's name that plays Jeremy Renner?
Yeah.
He's done this cover version of one of Ed Sheeran's songs, but he's
Yes.
singing it from the perspective of Hawkeye.
Yeah.
Oh, and I was laughing my ass off the whole time during that.
But by the way, talking about bows and arrows, have you seen the guy who trained Taron Egerton for the Robin Hood?
No.
No, you should check him out. He's called Lars Anderson. on YouTube. He's a Dane and one of the top bowmen right now. He can fire 3 arrows, jumping around and in motion, and grabbing arrows incoming and fire them back. He's mind blowing.
Got way too much time on his hands.
Check him out.
I think so.
Yeah. He must have a lot of patrons.
Catch this bullet.
I'm ready.
Not Penn and Teller.
Yeah.
I just saw that the other day, actually, where they grabbed the bullet in the mouth, and how they did it.
Yeah. Greg's saying Iron Man because of the Black Sabbath title.
Oh, so you're Iron Man, Andrew.
Gregoire.
What?
Gregoire's Iron Man.
Greg.
Oh, he's Iron Man.
Team Iron Man.
All right, then I will be Ant-Man.
Ant-Man. I like Ant-Man. It's good.
Yeah, me too. He has a daughter and a good heart, and he's not Hawkeye. It's been so warm today, and the humidity is just through the roof. I'm sweating, really just sitting here sweating.
Yeah, it's been fun. We had a load of thunderstorms last night.
We had it last night, and just like 6 o'clock here in the evening. It was just aggressively thunderstorm just above me, and then the sky just opened and it just flooded for like 10 minutes. I couldn't see more than 50 meters out my window, and that was just gray from rain. And then it just stopped and the sun shined through and stuff like that. Like, what? But yeah, it's a crazy planet we live on.
Yes, indeed. And I think with that...
See more wise words.
That's an hour and a half now. I think with that, we should call it quits.
Time to call it.
This is a crazy planet.
Thank you for watching.
We're all around the world.
If you like to, you can go and subscribe.
Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe.
Yeah.
He's not Indian.
That
was deliberate that time.
Go and find these guys' channels. I haven't linked them below because it's just impromptu. But yeah, Caskmate, Everything Whiskey, Prestige Liquids, WW. Go and check them out. Yeah. And then I can do this. And that was the last drop.